how it was targeted killing. That cannot be denied. Let's take a look at what transpired. Terrorists asked for names. Why? Because names reveal the religion, the identity of the victims, the tourists. Let's move on to what was their agenda and how did they ensure that they were killing non-Muslims. They asked the tourists to recite kalma. This was their test. And why did they ask them to recite kalma? So that they could know who was a Muslim and a non-Muslim, and non-Muslims would not know how to recite kalma. That's how they decided that they were their targets. Men stripped off pants. Why? To check for religious identity. This is how they identified their victims based on their faith, based on their religion. So while Islamic terrorists specifically targeted Hindus, terror apologists jumped like a spring to downplay the religious motivations of attacks on Hindus. While Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi's husband, Robert Vadra, said minorities feel uncomfortable and troubled in India and blamed the Hindutva push by the Bharatiya Janata Party-led central government for the dastardly terror attack. Samajwadi Party's Abu Azmi meanwhile questioned the center and said it was wrong to give terror attack religious color, and questioned why did India maintain ties with Pakistan if it was in fact pushing terror across the border. And PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti refuses to condemn Pakistan, putting the onus on the Home Minister to announce who is responsible for this, who's behind the attack.
If you dissect this terrorist act that took place, if they're looking at people's identity, why are they looking at people's identity? Because there's a divide that has come about in our country, looking at identities and then killing somebody. That's a message. Also sending a message to the Prime Minister of our country. Why? Because Muslims are feeling weakened.
अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि लोगों का नाम पूछ कर धर्म पूछ के मारा गया है, तो उनके पास इतना टाइम था कि एक-एक लोगों को मार रहे, धर्म पूछ रहे हैं, तो हमारी पुलिस कहाँ थी, हमारी सिक्योरिटी कहाँ थी? लेकिन एक सही कदम उठाइए, इसको धर्म के नाम में मत लाइए.
Ma'am, one statement from the cowardly attack by the Pakistanis, ma'am.
I think that's for the Home Minister to tell us who was behind the attack. So once that is known, we are going to condemn that also.
Now let's take a look at the question that we are asking, and feel free. Tell us what you think about this issue. You can have your say, register your vote. This is the question that we are asking. Pak bleeds India. Pak bleeds Bharat, but has the INDI prioritized politics instead of standing one with the nation, with the victims? Has it given priority to politics over the terrorist attack? Cast your vote at Times Now on X and let us know what you think about the issue. And I will reveal the results right after the debate. So let's open the debate. Let's go across to our guests. We're joined by Radhika Kheda of the Bharatiya Janata Party. She's going to join us on the broadcast. We also have Major General Gigi Dwivedi, defense analyst Abid Mir Magami, Congress leader, is going to join us along with Tausif Shah of the PDP, and Sarfaraz Wani, lawyer. Let me first come to you, Abid Mir Magami. Abid Mir Magami, does Robert Vadra believe that the Muslims in India have had anything to do with it? Why is he saying that minorities are feeling threatened, that minorities in India are feeling weakened and troubled? Why is he giving a clean sheet to Pakistan?
First of all, it's not a Hindu-Muslim issue. This is a national issue. सबसे पहले होम मिनिस्टर और गवर्नर को रिजाई देना चाहिए इमीडिएटली, क्योंकि फरवरी और मार्च के महीने में होम मिनिस्टर 2 बार सिक्योरिटी रिव्यू मीटिंग लिए थे. उसके बाद किस तरह यह हादसा हुआ? चंद लोग गनमैन आ गए और खून की होली खेल के चले गए. 24 घंटे से क्यों कुछ नहीं हो रहा है? क्यों एक्शन नहीं हो रहा है? अगर पाकिस्तान इसमें इन्वॉल्व है, क्यों एक्शन नहीं हो रहा है? क्यों 24 घंटे से शांति है? क्यों फौज कार्रवाई नहीं कर रही है?
जितने सवाल आपको सरकार से पूछने हैं, आप प्लीज पूछिए.
सरकार से
आप कहते हैं हिंदू मुस्लिम का ये मुद्दा नहीं है. भारत में इसको लेकर, नहीं एक मिनट, भारत में इसको लेकर के कोई हिंदू मुसलमान के मुद्दे पर कोई दरार नहीं पड़नी चाहिए. आई अग्री विद दैट. लेकिन ये कैसे हिंदू मुसलमान का मुद्दा नहीं है? ये टारगेटेड किलिंग थी या नहीं थी? आप बताइए. जो विक्टिम्स थे उनसे उनकी आइडेंटिटी पूछी गई, उनको कलमा पढ़ने के लिए कहा गया, एंड ऑन रिकॉर्ड हिमांशी नरवाल जिन्होंने अपने पति को खोया इस अटैक में, उन्होंने कहा कि ये पूछा गया कि इनके पति मुस्लिम है या नहीं है, उसके बाद उनको अटैक किया गया, उसके बाद उनको मारा गया। एंड देन यू हैव मिस्टर रॉबर्ट वाड्रा जो कि गांधी परिवार का हिस्सा है, वो ये कह रहे हैं कि क्योंकि हिंदू मुस्लिम डिवाइड हमारी कंट्री में, बिकॉज माइनॉरिटीज फील थ्रेटेंड एंड दे फील वीकेंड एंड ट्रबल्ड, दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई दिस हैज हैपेंड। सो देयर इज अ जस्टिफिकेशन ऑफ द टेरर अटैक दैट इज टेकिंग प्लेस। पहले उस पर जवाब दीजिए ना।
पहले तो ये बताए होम मिनिस्ट्री क्या कर रही थी, किस तरह सिक्योरिटी लैप्स हो गए, इतना बड़ा हादसा हुआ कैसे हुआ, किस तरह आतंकवादी आए, जंगलों से बाहर निकले और खून की होली खेल के चले गए।
पूछिए,
क्यों अभी तक
आप ये सवाल पूछिए, बिल्कुल आप ये सवाल पूछिए, आप होम मिनिस्टर से सवाल पूछिए, आप बीजेपी के जो स्पोक्स पर्सन है उनसे भी सवाल पूछिए, लेकिन एक बार कम से कम कंडेम तो कीजिए। रॉबर्ट वाड्रा ने जो कहा है उसको कंडेम तो कीजिए कि दाएं बाएं करने की जरूरत नहीं है, दाएं बाएं नहीं करना चाहिए था।
बीजेपी की नाकामी आप छुपा रहे हो।
मैं आपसे अभी भी यही कह रही हूं, आप पूछिए, आप जितने सवाल पूछ सकते हैं पूछिए, लेकिन आप इस पर भी तो जवाब दीजिए कि कौन पॉलिटिक्स कर रहा है, इस पर कौन इस पर पॉलिटिक्स कर रहा है।
बीजेपी कर रहा है।
रॉबर्ट वाड्रा जी को एक सेकेंड, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा जी को क्या हमदर्दी है भाई,
छुपा रही है अपनी
आबिद मीर मगामी, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा जी को क्या हमदर्दी है कि वो कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा इसीलिए टेररिस्ट ने किया क्योंकि हिंदू मुस्लिम डिवाइड है। क्यों वो टेररिस्ट की साइकी हमको समझाना चाहते हैं? साफ सीधे शब्दों में कॉन्डेमनेशन कर देना ही चाहिए था और बस वहीं पर रुक जाना चाहिए था।
हमें रॉबर्ट वाड्रा से सवाल पूछना चाहिए कि होम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया से, कि गवर्नर J&K के गवर्नर से,
ओके,
जिनकी वजह से ये सिक्योरिटी लैप्स हुआ है।
लाइक आई सेड मिस्टर मगामी, यू कैन कंटिन्यू टू आस्क दोस क्वेश्चंस to the home minister, to the government, to the BJP national spokesperson on the panel as well, but you do not want to question Robert Vadra was trying to politicize. Is that the need of the hour? Should we be politicizing the issue and say कि Muslims जो है वो threatened feel कर रहे हैं इस देश में, इसीलिए अटैक हो रहा है? Is that not insensitive?
इस पॉलिटिक्स बीजेपी खेल रही है इस बात में, और कोई नहीं।
तो रॉबर्ट वाड्रा जी सही है या गलत है?
मुझे आप होम मिनिस्टर जी से मिलवाए, होम मिनिस्टर जी जवाब देंगे।
होम मिनिस्टर जी सीसीएस की मीटिंग में बैठे हैं, होम मिनिस्टर इस वक्त सीसीएस की मीटिंग में बैठे हैं, प्लान ऑफ एक्शन आगे क्या होना चाहिए उस पर बात कर रहे हैं, उस पर बात कर रहे हैं। ऑपोजिशन क्या कह रहा है? नहीं, ये हिंदू मुसलमान का मुद्दा नहीं है। कोई कह रहा है कि अरे उन्होंने इसीलिए अटैक किया क्योंकि हमारे देश में माइनॉरिटीज वीकेंड फील कर रहे हैं, दे आर ट्रबल, दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई। एंड देन देयर आर दोस्त जो कि पाकिस्तान को क्लीन चिट देने के लिए तैयार बैठे रहते हैं हर वक्त, जिनसे पाकिस्तान का नाम नहीं लिया जा रहा है। राधिका खेड़ा रिस्पॉन्ड because Mr. Magami has made it absolutely clear he's not going to condemn what Robert Vadra said. होम मिनिस्टर को जवाब जरूर देना चाहिए। राधिका खेड़ा, प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड।
Let me begin by strongly condemning the barbaric and cowardly terror attack in Pahalgam, where 27 innocent lives, many from across India, were brutally gunned down by Pakistan-backed terrorists. The Bharatiya Janata Party mourns along with the nation and pays a heartfelt tribute to the victims, and we stand firmly with their families in this moment of grief. And let it be known to those people over here as well as across the border that this blood will not go unanswered. Every drop spilled in the Baisaran Valley will be avenged. We will go after not just the terrorists, but also their handlers sitting across the border who believe that they can shake India's resolve. This attack has been deliberately targeted the unarmed civilians, verifying their names, even forcing religious declarations before pulling the trigger. It's not just an act of terror. It's a crime against humanity and exposes the desperation of those who can no longer digest the fact that Kashmir is progressing under peace and democracy.
Also respond to what Mr. Magami said.
Having said that, what भाई बता तो रहे हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी के दामाद, वो कांग्रेस की लाइन क्लियरली बता रहे हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी जब अपने दूध पाकिस्तान बेचती है मणिशंकर अय्यर के रूप में और कहते हैं कि आप हमारी मदद करिए प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी को हराने में, तो उनके दामाद तो बिल्कुल राहुल गांधी की भाषा बोल रहे हैं। वो साफ तौर पे कह रहे हैं कि माइनॉरिटीज को यहाँ पे परेशान किया जा रहा है। और देखिए ना, माइनॉरिटीज को परेशान किया जा रहा है इसलिए बंगाल में 8,000 गांव हिंदुओं के विहीन हो चुके हैं, माइनॉरिटी से है। वहां पे माइनॉरिटी को मारा जा रहा है या माइनॉरिटी को उनका घर छोड़ने के लिए मजबूर किया जा रहा है, या हिंदू को जा रहा है, मेजॉरिटी को किया जा रहा है, कहीं पे भी मुसलमान के खिलाफ कुछ नहीं किया जा रहा।
और उससे भी बड़ा मुद्दा मुझे लगता है, what is shocking is that Robert Vadra has drawn parallels between the minorities, the Muslims here in India, to those terrorists backed by Pakistan. To those terrorists backed by Pakistan, isn't it? Let me bring in, no, one second, let me bring in Major General Dwivedi. Hasn't he made a highly irresponsible statement by drawing a parallel between minorities in India, Muslims in India, by saying that they feel threatened and they feel weakened देखिए ना क्यों हो रहा है terror attack, because there's a Hindu-Muslim divide in India, and you're drawing parallels between the Muslims in India to Pakistani terrorists.
Okay, Swati, let me first, for the benefit of the panelists and also for the benefit of the viewers, I don't think any one of the panelists has served on the LOC or they have operated against the militants in the valley. So their knowledge and their observations are only academic in nature or hearsay. Here is a person who has operated in the valley on the LOC for 9 years, including Siachen, so I can give you the ground perspective. During my 9 years, I can say categorically that we received full support from the locals, whether in Kashmir Valley or whether in Rajouri Poonch. Support was always forthcoming, and they had never expressed any kind of insecurity. Rather, they would feel very secure when we were there. And in fact, many of the operations I did in Baramulla, Sangrama, the Gulmarg, were on the information given by the locals. So therefore, I think all these panelists, they need to go and spend a day or two on the LOC and then come and speak here. Secondly, I was also 5 years professor and chairman in the Aligarh Muslim University. In fact, I did my doctorate after retirement from JNU. I went to Harvard, and then I had the opportunity of raising a new faculty in Aligarh Muslim University. And I can say every student is so patriotic. I never found any doubt they are as much Indian as anyone else. So
Absolutely.
I think this debate must stop here. And let's now look at what's the way forward. When I retired, I was planning the strategies for India. When such an instance takes place, and let me tell you, I myself was in Srinagar and Gulmarg and Pahalgam last year, and there was a sea change. In fact, what I was there in 2002 and what I saw last year, there was sea change, there was normalcy, and there was a sense of belonging of everyone that Kashmir is prospering. Now, when such an instance can take place,
So,
after such a
All right.
one
Sir, I'm just interrupting there for a bit because we also have Tausif Shah, the PDP, on the panel. I want to go across to him. The defense expert is talking about normalcy. He says there was a massive change. There was a massive change the last time he was present there. And this time, when the attack has taken place, it has Pakistan written all over it. Tausif Shah, is there a problem in naming Pakistan?
Swati, a very good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. I'd just like to, first of all, I'd like to begin with just condemning the statement as our party president has also condemned that. And she was the first politician from any political party to go to the Lal Chowk after approximately 35 years and hold a protest rally, because we don't want to politicize anything right now, because this is not the right moment to politicize the things. We are bleeding. We have blood. This is something that is a very we don't have words to express what they have done. Whosoever is behind this should be brought to the books and should be hanged publicly. This is what our stand is. But now let me tell you one thing, that this is
whosoever, do you mean that Pakistan is responsible for it and we should ensure that Pakistan pays for it?
Dekhiye, whosoever, we are telling whosoever, we have nothing special for anyone.
But what is the problem in just saying, yes, Pakistan is responsible for it, go after Pakistan?
Just let me tell you one thing. You are blaming Pakistan? Okay, it's good.
No, I am not blaming Pakistan. No, I am not just blaming Pakistan. No, once again, I am not just blaming Pakistan for the sake of it.
We have seen.
Look at all the evidence that is right in front of our eyes.
Yes, we have seen the military general speaking something which was not expected from him to speak like that. But now let me just tell you one thing, that we are relying on our defense, we are relying on the intelligence services to name who is behind this. But this is a very simple question and a very humble question through your medium, through your channel, to whole of the India, where you can see that on Z News also, the correspondent on live TV said that there were 2,000 tourists, they were present in the Baisaran, and there was not even a single uniformed person over there. Is it possible that a place which is such a volatile
So you do not want to name?
No.
It's absolutely fine. You can raise questions if you think. No, once again, you can absolutely raise questions and ask the government and ask the government of Day. But there is hesitation in naming Pakistan. Despite proof, despite evidence, there is hesitation in naming Pakistan. I don't know why. I don't know what purpose that serves for you. Sarfaraz Wani, are you amazed? Are you shocked by the kind of comments that are being made, the statements coming to fore?
Well, Swati, today there are no sides of the debate. Always, whenever we debate, we have sides. We have the motion where some oppose and some propose. But for me today, there is no side of the debate. Unequivocally, we condemn this, whatever has happened. This is a carnage which has taken place. And this is a direct assault, not only on the character of Kashmiris, but the assault on the livelihood of everybody. The taxiwalas, the hoteliers, the waiters who are working in hotels, and everyone is devastated. And to be very fair with you, I could not sleep all night after seeing that picture of a woman with the body of her husband laying down.
Absolutely.
This is
only if all the politicians
shocking.
saw it that way, just as a terror attack. This would not have been the case. This debate would not have ever taken place only if all the politicians saw this only as a terror attack. Radhika wants to come in. I just have a couple of seconds, Radhika. Over to you.
Yeah, I really want to ask the PDP spokesperson, is he a spokesperson of a political party from India or a spokesperson for Pakistan, a scriptwriter for ISPR or a courtier of Rawalpindi? He and his leader have not yet condemned Pakistan and they're not ready to take Pakistan's name. Every time you ask him that question, he goes beating around the bush. So it is very clear. The Pakistanis are infiltrating and causing terror in Pakistan, and these people are the spokespersons and courtiers of Rawalpindi and ISPR.
I'm completely out of time. I'm completely out of time. But like I said, what Sarfaraz Wani said holds true today. Only if politicians saw it that way, just as a terror attack, and stood together in solidarity with the victims, we would not have perhaps needed to debate this issue. But unfortunately, these statements are being made. Extremely irresponsible statements, trying to look for excuses and justification, the biggest crime, to justify a terror attack like that. Radhika Kheda and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It's now time to reveal the results of the question that we asked of the poll, and this is the question we asked. So while Pakistan bleeds India, while the terror attack has taken place in Pahalgam, has INDI prioritized politics? 71% people believe yes, that's exactly what INDI has done, while 29% people have voted no. With that, we're wrapping up this edition of Nation Wants to Know. Lot more lined up on the other side. We'll get you the latest. Stay on with us.